DHK, the weekend news with Amani Lulinda.
Good evening, I'm Amani Lulinda. Here is the headlines. Beating to be raised at China NPC forums. 9 charge of gangless killing in Hong Kong. Venezuela to buy Russian missile. US ready for direct talk with North Korea. And the world remember the 9/11 terrorist attack. Hello, welcome to Weekend News. Number of local delegates to the National People Congress say they will raise the issue of 3 Hong Kong journalists being beaten in Xinjiang at NPC deputies meeting next week. A TVB reporter and 2 cameramen were handcuffed and assaulted while covering the recent protest in Urumqi. They were later accused of inciting the protesters, a claim which sparked an outcry here. Labour Party chairwoman and NPC deputy Mariam Lau says they will raise the territories concerned and the incident during the next week forum. The Hong Kong Journalists Association is planning a protest march to the Central Government Liaison Office tomorrow. 9 men have appeared in Eastern Court charged with the murder of suspect trial boss in Tsim Sha Tsui last month. 8 of accused faced a joint court of conspiracy to commit a murder, while a 9th man was charged with the conspiracy to wound with intent. The victim, 41-year-old Lee Tanlui, died after being attacked by several men armed with knives outside the Shangri-La Hotel in Moody Road early last month. No pleas were taken and the defendants were remanded in police custody. The case has been adjourned until Thursday. 4 workers have been injured after a huge marquee collapsed on them inside the race course in Happy Valley. Police say the 3 men and 1 woman were working in the area when the incident happened. They were taken to hospital, but none of them are thought to be seriously hurt. The marquee is thought to have been blown down by strong winds. A serial sex attacker described as a danger to society has been jailed for life by the High Court for violent robbery and rape of 2 women. In the sentencing Chanlifa, Mr. Justice Colin M. Kitochi said his conduct represented the worst nightmare for women. The judge ordered the 48-year-old to serve at least 18 years before being eligible for parole. Hong Kong has reported another swine flu-related death. The victim, a 56-year-old man who was also suffering from cancer, died at Queen's Mary Hospital on Thursday night. More than 490 new cases of human swine flu have been confirmed, taking the total in the territory so far to over 16,000. Venezuela's President Hugo Chavez says his country is buying Russia's missile with a range of 300 kilometers as part of a series of arms deal with Moscow. Mr. Chavez, who on Friday returned from a 10-day tour of Africa, Asia and Europe that include a visit to Russia, is also negotiating the purchase of 100-ton to 72-ton 90 tanks from Moscow. We signed some military agreements with the Russia. Well, soon some little rockets are going to be arriving, he said during a speech to supporters from a balcony at the presidential palace upon his return to Venezuela. Venezuela is currently embroiled in diplomatic crisis with neighboring Colombia over a security agreement that will allow US troops access to more Colombian bases to fight drug traffickers and left-wing guerrillas. The US State Department says it is prepared to hold a direct talk with North Korea to try to coax it back into military negotiation on ending its nuclear programs. Previously, US officials had sent mixed signals about direct meetings. at a time saying Pyongyang must first commit to resume multilateral discussion, and at others saying bilateral talk could only occur in the context of the multilateral discussion. The department has denied judging its policy on direct talks. U.S. official has said to favor a return to six-party talk because China has more influence over Pyongyang than the U.S. England's public prosecutor says he will seek a retrial of three men accused of involvement in a plot to blow up a transatlantic airlines following a hung jury in their court case. The defendants are to face a third trial on the charge of conspiracy to murder. The Crown Prosecutor Service said, believing it was in the public interest and remanded a realistic prospect of conviction. Ivan Leung reports.
3 other men were found guilty on Monday of plotting to blow up at least 7 transatlantic airliners using liquid explosive, which prosecutors says it would be a terror event for global proportion. The plot, foiled in 2006 August, triggered a wide range of new rules on carrying liquid on commercial aircraft. I have conducted that in the exceptional case. It is in the public interest to seek to a further retrial, the Director of Public Prosecutor Karen Startman says in a statement. The 3 men are facing retrial of the Northeast London resident Ibrahim Savant, who is 28 years old, Afayat Wahadi Khan, 28 years old, and a 25-year-old Wahadi Zaman. Ivan Leung, DHK News.
The U.S. Space Shuttle Discovery has touched down safely on a landing strip in California's Major Desert at the end of a 14-day supply mission to the International Space Station. NASA diverted the spaceship to Edward Air Force Base after waiting in vain for 2 days for rain and clouds to clear over the shuttle's Florida. After 219 orbits around Earth, Discovery plunged back through the atmosphere, soaring northern over the Pacific Ocean toward Southern California. Remembrance services have taken place in the United States to mark the 8th anniversary of the hijacked plane attack on September 11, 2001. Nearly 3,000 people died when the 4 planes crashed in New York, at the Pentagon, and in Pennsylvania fields. Speaking at the Pentagon, President Obama promised to maintain the pursuit of those responsible. Earlier, a minute silence was observed at the site of the World Trade Center to honor the thousands who died there. Meanwhile, the U.S. Coast Guard Strategy made a major case in Washington and might report it had fired a suspicious boat in the U.S.'s Capitol River. The Coast Guard later said in a statement that it was an exercise and that it would conduct a thorough review to establish how the incident could have been perceived as real. Pakistan forces say they have arrested the Taliban spokesman in the country, Muslim Khan. 4 other Taliban leaders were also detained. Pakistan launched an all-out offensive against the Islamists in April after they reneged on a peace deal. Recapping our top headlines now. The beating of the Hong Kong journalists are to be raised at the Chinese NPC Forum. 9 charges of the gangland killing in Hong Kong. Venezuela to buy Russian missiles. US is ready direct talk with North Korea. And the world remember the 9/11 terrorist attack. That's all for this evening. I'm Amani Lulinda. Join me next week again, same time, 5:30. Until then, goodbye.